to hit record so we can get going. Remember to be respectful and use that chat window to ask questions. And we will field questions from you guys once Mr. Richardson gets his presentation through. But go ahead and text your teammates, get them here. I've had a couple emails from people saying that they're not going to join tonight for whatever reasons. But I know that robotics kids are getting ready to go to Fresno and whatnot. So get your teammates in here, okay? All right. Announcements. Friday is the Bluegrass Festival at lunch. We are selling Sunny D. It'll be 50 cents for Sunny D. But each team, and there are 13 teams, need to bring in a package from Costco. I think it's a 30-pack from Costco to my room. Please buy tomorrow. If you are not able to buy the Sunny D and donate it with your team, please bring me $3 and I will go get it from Costco for you. I do have a membership. I can take care of that for us, okay? The 8th graders are suckers and they buy all kinds of stuff. So this is an easy way to help bring our cost of our banquet down, okay? April 19th, we keep talking about it, is our Delicious fundraiser from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. So go after school, bring your friend, bring your sister, your brother, your grandma, and go eat some yummy ice cream. This is Delicious's first school fundraiser. They have not done it for any other school yet, so we are the lucky group that gets to start off their fundraisers. And we want to make it a success for them. We need to make it a success for us. So please, please, please ask your teachers to offer extra credit. I know if we can con Miss Woodward or Miss Cardenas to do that, that would be amazing. I don't know if they would. So if one of you guys is good friends with them, please ask, okay? Because especially since we really want to make it a success for them and they would want us to do well as well. And again, this will bring costs of things down as far as the end of the banquet, end of the year banquet goes, that I believe Justin and Leon are feverishly working on. I will have flyers and I will email out that flyer as well. If you show them on your phone, they said that that was fine too, okay? April 25th, which is quickly coming around the corner, you guys need to turn in your student images that you and a teammate or you and teammates have been working on. Again, the lab has been open Monday through Thursday at lunch, and some of you have been coming in on Tuesday mornings or during other class periods if you have a free period and whatnot. So get in there. Get these images done because on May 25th, we are going to be playing them. And Mr. Bush, who is not going to be joining us tonight because it is his birthday, is going to create a video or has created a video and has not put it up yet, but it will be up very shortly on how to compress the images so that you have them ready to go and we are able to play them. Yes, Simon, M2 will be open after school from 3 to 4, okay? The second to last bullet there, or the last bullet there that's up on the screen is for as of right now, we're going to postpone our elementary school initiative. So those of you that jumped on and signed up to help out, we really appreciate that. Thank you. But we are postponing it due to lots of the other schools, the elementary schools hosting their own STEM nights and just trying to organize it a little bit better. So I'm going to be talking to a couple of the principals to see if we can set something else up that's a little bit different. So with that being said, I would like to welcome Mr. Richardson. Like I said before, he is an engineering manager for SIM technology at Cisco. And we all know what Cisco is because we play it. And it's all about the networking of the computers. And he has a pretty cool presentation. I took a look at it earlier yesterday and again today about how SIM cards work and what they do and how we use them and what is IoT. I mean, we've talked about the Internet of Things a lot. And so he's going to add his spin to it with SIM cards and why security matters in SIM cards and IoT and how SIM cards are really affecting how we do things a lot. So right before Mr. Richardson, I turn this over to you. Andrew, you said, can you make a video or do you know of videos that show step-by-step instructions how to download the ISO file, the scoring engine, and such? Yes, if I go to the US Cyber Patriot, if I can spell it, their website, if you go to competition and down to training materials, you can click on where it says build your own practice images, and it's going to take you with the step-by-step. This presentation is really great. The other thing is if you do go to Google and if you type in how to build your own Cyber Patriot images, and if you click on videos, there are a couple of training videos on how to create with the scoring engine and whatnot. So remember, Google is your friend, okay? And you are doing this in the VM, so you don't have to destroy and hurt your computers at home or at school, okay? So take a look at that. I will also have Mr. Bush maybe run through something quick and easy for you guys next week if we need that as well. And if you have questions, pull a senior member of Cyber Patriots. They've made images before. They know what they're doing. They pretend that they don't and that they all have senioritis, but really they will be just dying to help you, especially Melina Imamura, who just got into Carnegie Mellon in the computer science area. So congrats to her. Shout out to all of our seniors and all of their acceptances and whatnot. So still waiting for some. So we're very excited for you guys and your opportunities for next year. So okay, with that, Mr. Richardson, I don't know if I can. I'm going to try and give you control, sharing control. So I'm going to change the presenter over to you.
Hello, Mrs. Wood. This is Bobby. How are you?
I'm well. How are you? Thank you so much for coming and talking with us tonight. We really do appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for inviting me, and such a great time that I'm about to share for based on my experience and what I have learned from the industry. Before I start, can anyone hear my voice okay? Okay.
Yeah, we can.
All right, then let me see if I can. Looks like for some reason I'm using my company laptop so that I cannot really play those two YouTube videos on slide number 5. So you don't mind if you take the control from your side, and then whenever I say next slide, please can you do that and also play the video for us when the right time comes?
Sure. Yes. Just give me 1 second and I will get there. Guys, just hold on with us, okay?
Thank you.
Okay, there we go.
All right, thank you very much. Hello, everyone. This is Bobby Richardson at Cisco. Many of you are in the exciting time from the industry perspective as well as worldwide, where internet is available, mobile phone and smartphone. So you guys are the luckiest generation enjoying the latest technologies out there. And I'm sure that most of you also have a mobile phone today, and been used for several months or several years. And I'm sure many of you guys are very knowledgeable about how to use this and that, and doing the mobile texting, and also receiving and sending emails, and then so on. So without having mobile phone is really, really inconvenient in our daily lives. And for today, next slide, please. Today, we're going to spend some time to understand about how the SIM card works in mobile industry, and and then after that, then how does it work with also IoT? What does IoT mean in our lives and in the marketplace today? And then from both the topics, we're gonna think about some security perspective, and then what really matters in SIM card and IoTs, and any question and answer sessions we are about to have. Okay, near the end. Before I dive into each slide, if there's any interesting question you have in mind, please don't be shy and then raise a question, and then if I can answer, I'll try to answer from my best knowledge. So let's go to the next slide, please. And most of you may know that SIM card is a tiny, small chip, or it looks like some sort of chip as you see on the current slide, that goes inside of a mobile phone. And without SIM, it's like mobile phone is like just a digital device, and you don't have any subscription. SIM card, it stands for subscriber identity module, and it has been standardized by industry organization like 3GPP and ETSI from Europe, and also ISO standard, and so on. It is one of the smallest computer or the very smart chip with CPU, RAM, and WP-ROM or secure flash. So you can imagine that it is about like 3 millimeter by 4 millimeter tiny chip or silicon chip that has a computing power and store certain amount of data, and also it does some sort of like encryption and authentication, and then so on. So it provides a certain means of a data encryption, authentication, and security token. So without having SIM card, if you have a if you have a mobile phone without a SIM, you can power up. Mobile phone may ask you for a SIM card. Insert a SIM. Otherwise, all you can do with the phone is you can call 911. That's it. You cannot have a regular service. You cannot send or receive any text message, or you cannot even go through internet through your mobile phone. So SIM has a certain meaningful information inside. So I will go over what it has, and then so on. And nowadays, SIM has a different type of physical form factor. As you guys see from the current slide, it has 4 different type of plug-in type. The very left one is called the 2FF. It's like probably old phone has this. This is almost a real size you have seen from old mobile phone. And the one on the right is called the 3FF, third form factor. It's been used out there many years ago. And the third one from the left is a 4FF, fourth form factor, that have been used in the iPhone a lot. And then nowadays, other handset manufacturers are adapting this form factor. And the last one is called the MFF2, which has it looks like an IC chip. It goes into a very, very small electronic device. You can imagine some of the example like Apple Watch or other digital watch that allow you to send and receive a text message, or even you can make a voice call, and so on. And also SIM has, it's not a really big size, a hard drive or a thumb drive. It has about 1 megabyte of a storage space, and it's with a certain security mechanism on it. And also it allows to save contact information, phone numbers, up to like somewhere between 200 to 500. It's not a really like a real computing machine, but at least it allows you to store certain contact information, text message, and then so on. Okay, let's go to the next slide, please. Okay, let me give you an example about how SIM works in a mobile phone with a network operator like AT&T, Verizon, or T-Mobile, you name it. When you power up a phone, and phone start up its own sequence of certain a piece of code inside in the firmware. And also in addition to that, and before the phone start looking for a brand new network, which network am I in and which network am I supposed to camp on, and then so on. Mobile phones start reading all the possible content from SIM card, including a unique identifier called IMSI, IMSI, which is a very unique, and it has about eight byte of a hexadecimal or binary number that is very unique in the world. So first, if you decipher what IMSI really means, you can look it up in Google and what it looked like. And first 3 bytes contains a mobile country code and mobile network code, so that it shows that, oh, this SIM belong to AT&T in United States versus another SIM, oh, I am from Europe, part of a Telefonica network operator, and then so on. So based on that IMSI, SIM broadcast I am XYZ IMSI. Please tell me anyone who wants to access and challenge me for network authentication, and then so on. So the first protocol from the network operator does is, who are you? Kind of inquiry challenge against the SIM. And then my SIM number or IMSI number is 310410. In this example, is AT&T's IMSI 310410, and then XYZ blah blah blah. And then, oh, okay. If the mobile network operator is AT&T, then yes, I recognize you are part of one in our network. And then let me, I know you, who you are in our database. I see you and I know your key. So let me generate a random number. In this example, I use a very simplified example. Random number 9234. And the mobile network operator pre-computes with the expected answer as a 3F, 5A, 2C at the bottom of the right screen. And then without sharing that expected answer, it is just providing the random number 9234 to the SIM. All right, tell me your answer if the random number is 9234. Then, based on that random number and the key securely stored inside of a SIM, does its own computation or calculation. Okay, I just did my work, and here's my answer. My answer is a 3F, 5A, 2C. And then mobile network operator compares the result from SIM and also its own calculated result. Good. That answer matches to our record. Therefore, I authenticated you as a valid subscriber in my network and allow all the services that you have signed. So text message or internet and voice call or enhanced voice call, etc., etc. So that's how the SIM plays in mobile network. Does anybody have any question about this whole network authentication example?
Mr. Richardson, can you maybe, does this, the SIM authentication happen whenever you change into like a different tower cell area, or is it just once you're on a network system, it okays you and you're good to go?
That depends on the mobile network operator's authentication policy. Some operators configure from their system every 1 minute, every 2 minutes, every 5 minutes, every 10 minutes. So that, of course, every network authentication challenge costs battery time in the mobile phone. So it is better not to bother SIM too often, but it depends on the mobile network operators, their own business policy.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay. So at least based on my explanation here in this example, everyone probably have better idea why SIM why SIM is a very essential part of a mobile network and a mobile phone. And somehow, if you destroy your SIM card, then then you need to go to one of the nearest AT&T or Verizon store, and you need to get a replacement, and then you need to basically swap the SIM as let's say I just lost my SIM, but my name is so and so, and my account is XYZ. Please allow me to have a brand new SIM, and then transfer all the services I have with the original SIM assigned to. So SIM has a means of a security token. So of course, key reside in the both side, a mobile network operator side in the database, as well as a SIM has its own secure area, cannot be hacked by any hackers, because this basically, in order to read it, it's already been encrypted within the database on the mobile network operator's database side, and also SIM has a securely protected area. Even you have a certain way to try to read off, and SIM operating system will reject. You cannot read this content. Read is never. Okay, then I think everyone understand how SIM works, and then this is how this is essential part in a mobile industry. And then let me give you some statistic before we jump into the next slide. So before we get into IoT side, let me give you some statistics. In 2015, according to Forrest Research Consulting firm, over 2 billion personal computers and laptops are used worldwide. In 2016, 62.9% of world population use mobile phone, which includes a regular phone versus smartphone, where on which you may use internet service with graphics and nice display and so on. In 2017, 4.77 billion mobile phones are used. In 2019, 5 billion mobile phones are expected to be used in worldwide. So why am I sharing this statistic? Because mobile phone market is pretty saturated, and then pretty much, unless someone who knows how to press a button, how to use screen touch, a smartphone, even little young children, everyone uses smartphone these days. And market has been already saturated, which means that almost everyone is using. Even some people are using more than one phone. One phone for one device for business, the other one for personal use, and so on. So let's go to the next slide. Could you mind playing the first video on the left screen, please?
Maybe. Hold on.
I know I embedded that YouTube video clip with the address in it, but for some reason, maybe it does not. It's not compatible in Google Docs.
Okay. Just give me 1 second. Sorry, guys. Give me a minute. I think there was a question, Mr. Richardson, while I'm downloading this really quick. I think how much is it how much does it cost to replace these SIM cards, if there is any cost?
Well, typical let's say retail price of SIM in the marketplace today, probably no more than $15. I'll laugh at it if someone is trying to charge me for $20 or even more.
Okay.
It is a very affordable, and then it shouldn't be a big deal. Oh, what happened? Is there any, let me see if I can find,
Doesn't look like the links came through.
okay, then could you go to the YouTube directly from your web browser, and then I'll tell you what keyword you shall use to find that video clip.
Sure.
Okay, in the search box, please type Cisco space IoT space commercial. Okay, very first one. Go ahead and play that video clip, please.
This is the cat that drank the milk and let in the dog that jumped on the woman who brewed the coffee. That woke the man who was late for work. All right, I gotta go. And drove the car. Driverless mode engaged. That found the parking spot. Find parking space. Parking space found. That alerted the door. That opened the control room. Hey, Bob. That secured the data. That directed the turbines. That powered the sprinklers. That watered the grass. That fed the cow. That made the milk. That went to the store. That reminded the man to buy the milk. And it was poured by the girl who loved the cat that drank the milk. The Internet of Everything is changing everything. Cisco, tomorrow starts here.
Thank you, Mrs. Wood. All right, let's try another one. In the search box, can you type how it works, Internet of Things? Okay, let's search. And the very first one, go ahead and click the very first one, please. Thank you.
The Internet of Things is changing much about the world we live in, from the way we drive to how we make purchases, and even how we get energy for our homes. Sophisticated sensors and chips are embedded in the physical things that surround us, each transmitting valuable data that lets us better understand how these things work and work together. But how exactly do all these devices share such large quantities of data, and how do we put that information to work? Whether we're improving the production of a factory, giving city residents real-time updates on where to park, or monitoring our personal health, it's the common Internet of Things platform that brings this diverse information together and provides the common language for the devices and apps to communicate with each other. The process starts with the devices themselves, which securely communicate with an Internet of Things platform. This platform integrates the data from many devices and applies analytics to share the most valuable data with applications that address industry-specific needs. Let's start with a simple example, a car. After taking a long road trip, Rebecca notices that her check engine light has come on. She knows that she needs to have her car looked at by a mechanic, but is not sure whether it's something minor or something that needs immediate attention. As it turns out, the sensor that triggered Rebecca's check engine light monitors the pressure in her brake line. This sensor is one of many monitoring processes throughout the car, which are constantly communicating with each other. A component in the car called the diagnostic bus gathers the data from all these sensors, then passes it to a gateway in the car. The gateway integrates and sorts the data from the sensors. This way, only the most relevant diagnostic information will be transmitted to the manufacturer's platform. But before sending this organized data, the car's gateway and platform must first register with each other and confirm a secure communication. The platform is constantly gathering and storing thousands of bits of information from Rebecca's car and hundreds of thousands of cars like hers, building an historical record in a secure database. The manufacturer has added rules and logic to the platform. So when Rebecca's car sends a signal that her brake fluid has dropped below a recommended level, the platform triggers an alert in her car. The manufacturer also uses the platform to create and manage applications that solve specific issues. In this case, the manufacturer can deploy an application on the platform called the Asset Management System. This application oversees all of their customers' cars on the road, as well as all the parts in their warehouses. It uses the data from Rebecca's car to offer her a potential appointment time to service her car, directions to the nearest certified dealer, and a coupon for the service. What's more, The app will ensure that Rebecca's brakes are covered under her warranty, that the correct replacement part is ordered, and then sent to the dealership so it is ready when she arrives. But the manufacturer's analysis does not stop there. They have also deployed a continuous engineering application that tracks not only Rebecca's car, but hundreds of thousands of others, looking for ways to improve the design and manufacturing process of the car itself. If the same problem in her brake line crops up in a critical number of other cars, the manufacturer uses applications custom built for the automobile industry to pinpoint the exact problem. They can see if these cars were made at the same factory, used the same parts, or came off the assembly line on the same day. So what do all these pieces add up to? Streamlined inventory management for the dealer, a better, safer car from the manufacturer. And for Rebecca, it means she can be back on the road faster and get to where she's going safely. All thanks to the Internet of Things.
Thank you. All right, then let's go back to the previous slide. I am sure that many of you now understand more about the Internet of Things, IoT. And let's go to slide number 6, please. All right, let's spend some time understanding. Maybe if you can somehow enlarge this screen a little bit, and then you can see better. So Internet of Things touches every industry out there in the world. Start from IT networks, security and public safety, retail, transportation, industrial, healthcare and life science, consumer and home, energy and building industry. So you can imagine that every device out there connected through Wi-Fi or connected through mobile networks, they're all interconnecting each other. And you can imagine that your spring cooler machine in your backyard are also connected, so that whenever it needs new parts, then it can send a text message to somewhere and then notifying you that this spring cooler need some sort of a part update or something like that. And then if a service provider or whoever is selling the part may offer the owner of the spring cooler with some sort of like a coupon, hey, sort of something like that. Isn't that a really cool thing? And even in the house, you can imagine that your refrigerator, microwave, washing machine, dishwasher machine, dryer, air conditioner, and all that connected. And then if you can literally, in the near future, you can literally text to your refrigerator, do I have enough milk for tonight, or something like that. Then the very intelligent refrigerator can scan inside what it has and then respond back. Hey, Bobby, I don't see any milk here. So on the way home, do you want me to order milk for you at the nearest Ralph store? And then all you got to do is just go there and pick it up. Or if you want, they can deliver to your home tomorrow morning, and whichever you wish, and something like that. And also like a drying machine, same thing. If you put finish the laundry into a dryer machine, and then you go out and you do something else, and you get a text message that your laundry has been dried up. So come home and take them out, and then so on. So you can imagine that kind of scenario is coming very soon. That's the idea of the Internet of Things. And many of you guys probably know that autonomous car technology is coming very soon, which means that the car has all the sensors, and car has all the intelligence. It has a computing power, and and also communicating with the smart city system out there, and then it will drive itself to wherever you want to go. And then you can tell the car, I want to go to San Francisco XYZ street, and then you can take a nap and then let it take you there. And sort of it's like fully autopilot mode. That is the autonomous car technology coming in, I believe, in next probably no more than 5 years, guys. So is that a cool thing or scary thing or exciting thing? It's up to you. And let me see, other area, hospital, you can name it. A lot of medical equipments are used, and also patient records are safely stored in their system, and you don't need to carry a lot of paper from one department to another, and then everything is connected to your mobile phone, and with a certain security token under your possession, and then you go to another department, you get the same information and transparently, and then so on. So it is very convenient and also secure, safe and secure to use. Let's talk about street light. Certain street lights out there, light bulb install, if it goes out, then it can send a signal back to the city management system that street light XYZ location, light bulb went out, please send somebody to reinstall a brand new light bulb and something like that. That is one. If you are a business person who owns a lot of vending machine for drink or like a cookies or whatever the snack, let's say if you own hundreds of them in Long Beach area, it costs a lot of money to maintain and restock, and then find out how much of the goods or the drinks has been sold inside of the vending machine. No, you can have a mobile modem inside of the vending machine. Yeah, you can send a text message to all your vending machine all at once. Press the one button, and then let the vending machine do all the counting of how much of the stuffs being sold need to be restocked. You get that information, and then you can make a decision where to send your crews to restock those product has been sold, and then so on. That is another area. Another one in mobile, no, automobile insurance companies. One of the insurance company I know, Progressive, has been used that based on the mileage the driver have driven, they charge based on the distance. And if the person drive very aggressively and then pass over the local speed limit, and then that this tracking device inside of a car can track how often does he or she does that, and then so on, to calculate the insurance premium. And I've seen that application already working, and it's not nationwide yet, but sooner or later we're going to see such a program like that. Of course, someone who defensively drive under that program may get a discount because I am driving very safe manner in public. I don't speed, and also I don't drive a lot. That also reduce the cost of the insurance premium as well. So it's already become a reality in car insurance industry. I can go on and continuously about all the different industry sectors, and it's one. This is just a part of the examples of IoT and how it works, and what there's still many demands out there, and also many opportunities out there. Okay, can we go to the next slide? I believe we are near the end.
So, Mr. Richardson, as you've been talking about the Internet of Things, we've had a very interesting conversation in the chat room about what happens with your refrigerator if you do have an Internet of Things that is connected when you have been eating so much spam masubi, and your refrigerator tells you or gives you an advertisement for the spam then. Or if the company that you purchased the appliance through, if on the computer screen that's in your actual appliance would be then advertising for more purchases in their company, or if they've made a deal with another like grocery company or something. So as you said, lots of different arenas of either just topics to talk about and to kind of think of like morally and ethically that we've talked about in the past, guys. So think about those things as we continue to go on here. So here is.
You are absolutely correct, and I totally agree. There are ethical side as well as also even a security concern. I mean, if so that's the reason that I'm not pitching marketing stuff here for my company, but it's more of I want you to guys be aware what are the next generation or technologies coming very soon to our real lives, and then in order to make it happen, and then so on. But there are some certain area that we have to think much harder, because it makes it more convenient, but what are the consequences if we do not properly manage? And also we need a lot of software engineer, hardware engineer, as well as even human scientists out there, because what are the social impacts, and what are the ergonomical impacts, what are the psychological impacts to all these different technologies, and then so on. So yes, okay, then let's go over future IoT. So we are in 2018 as we speak. I'm sure many of you guys already heard about agriculture drones, delivery robots. Even in my house, we have a small robot vacuum cleaner. It does cleaning around the house. We're happy. We call it digital pet. But sometimes it gets stuck and then just almost like getting choked in a certain area. So no, 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 don't go there. Just go around and then go around and do your job, and then so on. It's kind of funny and silly to see. She does that from time to time. And toy robots, R2D2. I am still waiting for R2D2 to become real robot coming to my place and then talking to me, and then I can ask, fetch me a drink from the refrigerator or something like that, and then imitate Darth Vader, and it will impersonate Darth Vader's voice, and then so on, so I can talk to almost like a friend, and then so on. And let me see. Yes, I'm sure some of you probably heard about certain use case out there. Let me see. Amazon has one of the best use case about the robots, how they are using in their warehouses. You can you imagine that there are many stuffs or products Amazon they sell every day. They throughout United States, they have multiple dozens of warehouses. It's probably like a 5 or 6 times bigger than a football field out there, and they're not all products or same kind of product are stored in one place. The way they store is that it's all spread apart, but entire warehouse is scanned through a sensor and computer, so that robot goes around, pick up here and there, and let's say if someone orders 500 units of, let's say, small tablet, then robot gets the order, goes around the warehouse, which shelf to go up and down and top and bottom to grab that, and then leave the remaining pallet there, and then collect those necessary items, and then bring them to like a collecting station, and then where they assemble a package and then ship them out. And then how does a robot know where to go, and how where to go precisely grab all those unnecessary items? Because of the computing power and power of IoT technology. At the end of the day, those robots getting tired because it used up all the battery power and then so on, just like human, almost like a lunchtime. So all those robots get going toward this charging station, and then because there are so many robots out there in the warehouse, so they lined up just like human, waiting for its turn to getting recharged. And so their Amazon warehouse, they open 24/7, 365, and human workers at the end of a day, like after 5 o'clock, they go home. Only few essential employee of Amazon in the warehouse, they stay May overnight, but most of them work are done by robots, fetching here and there, and all the whatever the order products, and then so on. So that's already it's a reality. And then what are the next coming technology coming? The autonomous vehicle is one, and medical robots, and some medical robots does even surgical operation. not by a doctor, but it's amazing that certain robots can do that. And commercial drone to have a fertilizer spreading over like a huge wide cornfield. And flying camera, we already seen that the consumer version versus a professional version out there. Personal assistant, I've seen already that, and then I can talk to some like a Siri is one of the example, but I'm sure you will get much smarter after 2025. Even I can joke, and then the device can throw me back another even funnier joke to me, and then so on. So it is really exciting time. I'm looking forward to seeing more intelligent devices out there. But here's a one very important question: how can we protect our valuable assets in your house, in your school, and wherever you live, and wherever you work, and then so on? Security is one of the top priority in the technology. The reason is that if someone uh, have all the intimate information about you, oh, you'll be really scared. And then where to go and how to protect all your very private information. And this is, let's say, I have a very painful experience that I don't want to share with anybody else. But what if that information is exposed in public? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. Something like that. So every device out there has to be securely protected with a certain security mechanism or policy or process that has to be in place in a proper manner. Therefore, this is the area that I want you to think about. And it doesn't really matter whether you are going to major in computer science in your future university or college or even graduate school, or you are working in a completely different industry. But any industry you will be in, security will be one of the most critical element or subject that you have to think about, and also you have to help for yourself, and also help others, help your team, help your company, or help your business to practice. So here are some example. Public transportation. You don't want to hear some terrorist group of people hack into a public transportation system to put in danger. Somebody may hurt or may even kill. You don't want to hear that. How about in power company, water management, utility systems? How about airport? And how about even a street light system? What if both direction showing the green light in all different direction? Oh my gosh, you can imagine that accident may happen every corner out there. And how about earthquake, hurricane, tsunami early detection, and even bank and then store? How about internet you are using every day? Everything has to do with the security, right? That's it. Thanks for listening to my lecture here, and wish you well and study hard. And what industry you are going after high school or in your college and grad school or whatever the professional you have ever dreamed of, the IoT is coming near to you and make your life much richer and also more convenient, and make you happier and make your family happier as well, and wish you well. Does anybody have any question?
Thank you so much, Mr. Richardson, for coming tonight and talking to us about this such important technology, especially the SIM that we all take for granted now, especially with our phones and just the technologies that we do. And then talking about the Internet of Things and the importance of all of that. I expect one of you guys to invent the iToaster so that I don't have to worry about my toast in the morning, please. And like I said, we really appreciate you coming online with us tonight and sharing with us. I know Joy was excited to have you on with us tonight, and we really do appreciate it. So, guys, can we say a thank you to Mr. Richardson, and go get that studying done, because I know end of quarter is Friday, so we have tests going on, and don't forget those images. And yeah, those of you that are doing NCL, do not forget to go into the gymnasium and practice. And do not forget that the preseason competitions will start at the end of this week. Pay attention to that, okay? All right. Good night, you guys. See you tomorrow.
Thank you very much. Good night, everyone.
Bye, guys.